Heck yeah.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the Cole and Noah, Our Friends podcast. This week's episode is sponsored by Blake Beecham. If you don't know him,
the one and only,
he is over D&M and all things creative at, I think he has a different title, but he just helped us set this whole thing up with these camera shots, with the audio, with everything. So
yeah, in case you're wondering, how did they make it look so good? It was multiple people in creative at Lifegate, actually.
Yeah, for real.
This is some great
helped
stuff.
us out, and we made the set look different.
Yeah, we did.
So
look at how
totally
different it is.
Not the same set as another podcast in the Lifegate family. We're technically not a Lifegate family podcast.
No,
but we both work at Lifegate.
No, yeah, yes, no.
We
no,
were
yes.
told a certain someone on that other podcast was potentially excited about this podcast.
Oh yeah, we've got friends in high places. It's fun.
We really do.
Friends
Besides
in high
the
places. Besides the Lord, He's the highest friend in highest places.
What were we just talking about?
We were talking about hardware stores.
Yeah. Yep, we were. Oh, I was talking about shout out Noah Vance again. Every week I feel like because he was so
Is he our new weekly? It used to be Stephen Voss.
Yeah, this time it'll be Noah Vance. So he we used to work at Camp Rivercrest, as we stated the last time in the episode that's not out yet.
But it will be.
In their leaders lodge, I have now replaced, I think, every shower head they have.
Oh yeah, at Rivercrest.
Every shower head, the men's bathroom, the women's bathroom, and the downstairs apartment bathroom with movable shower heads. And the two upstairs are filtered shower heads. So it filters out the well-watery sulfuric smell. Cole doesn't know what that smells like. Cole can't smell.
I can't smell.
But
you all know this, I hope.
That before Cole enters into glory on those streets of gold, he will smell some. He won't smell, but he'll have the sense of smell.
I will do the verb smell. Yeah. I will not be the adjective smell.
Smell is a verb.
Smell is a verb.
That's the unreleased John Mayer song.
Yeah.
Love is a verb, but also smell is a verb.
When Kylie had COVID, when Delta was going around, remember when Delta kicked all our butts? Wasn't that a great time? She lost her sense of smell. And you don't realize how helpless you are when the only adults in a household can't smell anything. And you have
poopy diaper.
Yeah, small children, dirty dishes, anything anywhere that's like dirty got left out. How do you know? Can't find it. We were a mess, literally.
That stinks. Literally.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't stink anymore. Cole, your wife is soon to have a baby.
By the time this comes out, I'll probably have a third kid. At this moment in time.
What else will you have?
Profound respect for people who have fourth children.
And an appointment scheduled.
Oh yeah, I get the old.
That means Cole and Kylie are announcing their retirement from.
I'm retiring from. Game. That's right. Yep.
So hanging the jersey up in the rafters.
I am. Yeah, it was a good 7 years or something of.
I mean, you got the stats to prove it.
Yeah.
Got 3 kids.
Yep.
And still a marriage.
Yeah.
So that means you guys still love each other.
I feel like we're succeeding on all accounts, really.
I mean, so again, that jersey's going up there in the rafters.
I'm retiring. Happily so. I'm actually really excited.
I talked to Connor Elliott after he got that appointment.
The old snip.
The old snip. Vasectomy, for those of you.
Yes.
For the ill-informed.
That's the actual
He got it, and I talked to him at Stephen Voss's wedding about it. And he said it wasn't great, but it's great. Like it wasn't comfortable.
Sure.
But
yeah.
He was on the mend, though. I think it only is like a healing process of like a week or so.
Yeah. I've talked with people who I think, as far as stories I've heard go, I'm pretty sure. I feel like I shouldn't be throwing names around here. Actually, I know people who've had fake name. Wirt Kagner might have gone straight to work after his. So.
Yeah. He also said that this Wirt Kagner, he said that second to getting his in-ears made, that was the most pain he's ever been through.
Oh, really?
Was this vasectomy.
In-ear? Okay.
Getting his in-ears made.
I've never done in-ears.
It didn't hurt for me, but I
think
Kurt has more sensitive ears is what he said.
Interesting.
And so they call him sensitive ear Kurt.
There's so many jokes I'm not going to make.
Yeah, don't.
I won't
don't
make them. In-ears are so expensive. My goodness.
Yes, they are.
I've always wanted a pair.
Go up with different companies, they just get more expensive, which is
it's ridiculous.
Insanity.
That's ridiculous. I've never had a custom pair. I always use the whatever cheapo ones we've got hanging around at Papillion's campus. So I don't know any better.
They're great.
And they work.
They're really cool. The process is really cool. I have JH's now, Jerry Harvey Audio, and their customer service I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
I still haven't landed which I prefer between 64 audio and JH.
Sure.
Because 64 has these things that they've patented called the Apex module, which goes in the in-ear, and I think it acts as almost like a limiter to help your ears. JHs don't have that, so I have noticed a difference in how I mix with the two.
Yeah.
But the customer service at JH was second to none. Like, the guy gave me a personal phone number, and so sometimes what'll happen when you get your in-ears made, if you send them in, so you're waiting all this time, and it's like a sometimes 6 to 8 week process to get them, because they're custom making them for your ears. And so sometimes you'll have to go back in, make another appointment, be like, hey, you guys missed this. I need you to remold my ears.
Yeah.
I got to call this guy and be like, hey, I'm sending you the pictures right now. Can you tell me if you need anything else? And he's like, yeah, can she go back in? So I actually got 3 molds made. I got my ears, and then I got a double of either my right or left ear, because there's one part of my ear that wouldn't like mold properly. So there was a hole. So he's like, we should have enough. Go ahead and send them. So
yep.
It was cool.
That's fascinating.
Customer service wise, they were top notch.
Yeah.
And they work great. But they are expensivo.
Yeah, yeah. I remember looking into it one time just for funsies, and then it was no longer funsies once I saw the price for good in-ears.
You can get decent in-ears, decent custom in-ears, but it's still going to be over like $300-$400.
Yeah.
So it's expensive. But then if you get really nice ones, then it goes way north of that. So
man,
yeah, it's crazy.
It's crazy
also,
stuff.
Since the last time we've put out a podcast, my hair is the longest it's been since high school.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You should show the people now that we have cameras.
Oh, we do.
You got a hat on.
Well, I mean, my hair looks crazy.
Look at it.
On, but not even like just here. I mean, like on the sides. This is almost 2 months with no haircut, which is the longest I've gone without a haircut since high school.
Yeah.
Because my wife cuts hair.
That's impressive.
Shout out Hair by Taryn Shea.
Hair by Taryn Shea.
She just got into a new space at Avalon 3 off of 178th and Pacific. She's great at what she does.
These are places in Omaha, by the way, in case for some reason
in Omaha,
you're not
Nebraska.
from around
she
here.
does great work on men's and women's hair. And if you support her, you
support us.
You support the podcast.
You support her, that means you support Noah, which means you support my friend.
She and I are one, and she is the breadwinner in our family.
I'm going to say something that I think would make both of our wives quite happy, honestly. Both of our wives have a dream of sitting on the beach.
Yes.
I think with big sun hats, drinks in hand, somebody coming in giving them drinks, and it being literally just them.
Yep.
Why? Because Cole and Noah were such good friends that the internet decided...
The internet loved that we were friends.
...to watch it enough that it made us money.
Yes.
That is our wife's dream. And as a responsible, God-fearing husband...
Greedy,
No. Because they work hard and they've got kids.
Really do. Yeah, I mean...
Your wife has a business.
Yeah, she has her own business, and your wife works in the medical field.
My wife is an occupational therapist. She is dealing with people's crap all the time.
Both of them on their feet for 8 to 12 hours.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like, back-to-back days.
Yeah, yeah.
So...
Please send our wives to the beach.
If not for Cole and Noah, for the subsidiary podcast, Taryn and Kylie are friends.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, I think Kylie was telling Taryn, maybe. She's like, you need to listen to the podcast. They talk about us on there.
A lot.
I was like, yeah, you're my wife. Of course I talk about you.
Yeah, why would I not? Taryn and I, so we're recording this on a date in September. I don't know when this will come out, but next Friday, September 27th, that kind of gives away the date, math. Taryn and I will have been married for 10 years.
Dude, congratulations. That's exciting.
10 years.
Well done.
10 years, 15 years together total, 10 years married, 2 kids.
Yep.
Which is nuts.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's crazy.
I forget sometimes how similar our like dating and marriage story is.
And you guys got married in April of 14, right?
July of 14. Okay. Yeah. So we hit 10 years in July. And we had been dating for like 5 years before that. So we've similar.
Oh, yeah.
Close to 15 years together.
Wait, no. We started dating in 2009. So when did you guys?
Yeah, we started dating at the end of 2009, and then we took a break like a month, and then we dated. We got back together in like January of 10. So
do you guys count from 2009 or do you count in 10?
I don't know. I haven't thought about it in a while. I usually count from 10.
Yeah.
When I think about it.
Taryn and I took a break for a day which was a mess. I was a wreck. Thankfully, it was only a day, but that day felt like the longest day of my life. I was like, no.
Mine was a whole month. It was no fun. I was a moody teenager.
Oh, sorry, this might tie in, maybe not. Cole has talked about in the past his affinity for some Disney song, specifically from a Goofy movie.
Dude, yes. Oh.
And so I might be stealing Cole's recommendation here, but recently I texted Cole because they made a thing called A Whole New Sound, and it's a bunch of like pop punk and in that genre, that scene of music, a bunch of them recorded Disney songs.
Yeah.
So on there you have like A Whole New World, Remember Me, You'll Be in My Heart.
Yep.
And the song from a Goofy movie, which is
Eye to Eye.
Yep. Go the Distance, Surface Pressure, You Got a Friend in Me, Colors of the Wind, Let It Go, Friend Like Me. I mean, Part of Your World. So and they're done well.
Yeah. Yeah, they're all done very well. Some of them are like, oh, I don't know if this fits this genre, but they're good. Eye to Eye is excellent.
Remember Me is also very
Remember Me is really good.
Part of Your World, or not Part of Your World. You'll Be in My Heart. Also very good.
I played Eye to Eye for Kylie, and she was like, I think I've heard this one recently. It was on some playlist. Sorry, I heard it before you. And I was like, but then she goes, this reminds me of like older, I don't know, like early 2000s, like Boys Like Girls. And I was like, well, speaking of Boys Like Girls, and then we played You'll Be in My Heart.
Because I mean, such classics from Boys Like Girls, who just reunited since we last put out a podcast. They reunited and put out a new album, which is very good.
Yeah.
And they're going to be in Omaha on the 24th. I won't be able to go to that show. They're with Dashboard Confessional and an artist who I recently discovered.
Hank, Dashboard Confessional?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They're still doing stuff?
Yeah. With Boys Like Girls at the Steelhouse next week.
That's
and
crazy.
And their opener is a girl named Taylor Acorn, which is a funny name. She's fantastic.
Really?
Musically, she is very, very good.
That's cool.
Very good. Makes very catchy hooks and very fun music. I just got a whiff of myself. I stink as well. We
were out playing pickleball.
I wasn't. I was just outside and I sweat.
Yeah,
just
same.
Standing around, which is probably indicative of some things that I need to change.
Dude, I'm a grease ball in the sun. I just sweat. I feel like maybe you adapt to that. I had Ryan might actually watch this. My buddy Ryan, former student of mine. Now he's going to college. So proud of him. He helped me. Shout out to Ryan. Ryan was helping me move some furniture at home on a hot day, and I was sweating up a storm. And he looks at me. He goes, "You clearly don't work outside," because his whole he's been working landscaping full time for months. I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "'Cause you're sweating like crazy." And I was like, "Wait, if you work outside a lot, do you just become accustomed to it and sweat less? Can you adapt to that?" I'm so curious now.
I don't.
Somebody tell me the truth.
I don't believe it. I feel like there's no way.
I've always sweat a ton. Yeah. Outside especially, but I've never had a job where I was outside all the time.
Yeah.
Specifically because my dad told me not to.
Fake news. I feel like it's propaganda.
Fake news.
From Big Deodorant.
Fake news. From Big Stick.
From Big Deo. Big Deo. No, dude. I might use natural deodorant too, which is just...
What does that even mean?
It doesn't have aluminum, so you still sweat because it's healthy for your body to sweat.
Aluminium?
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't have that. So you can still sweat and whatever. So I still sweat from my pits. I may have mentioned this before, but there are sometimes it gets so hot at Midtown when I'm playing guitar that I've actually melted my deodorant from my armpits and sweat it onto the stage and my guitar. So sometimes I'll have white deodorant streaks down the back of my guitar, or like white deodorant drops on the stage.
That's so gross.
I'm telling you, that's why I'm saying it's fake news.
Oh, okay.
Ryan is giving you propaganda.
Propaganda. He'd be propaganding me.
Dude, he'd be propagandizing you.
Dude. We'll see. Kind of want to test it. Oh, speaking of tests, I saw a short on YouTube by Mark Rober. Ooh. I love Mark Rober. Mark Rober's like if you took an engineer with a youth, because he is an engineer, and you put youth pastor DNA in him, that's him. Yeah. And it's so fun and it's refreshing to watch. Anyways, I saw a short of his that was fascinating to me because I don't have a sense of smell. And rumor has it the reason pools smell the way they smell.
Yes,
the chlorine smell so is not chlorine alone. It's chlorine reacting with sweat and urine.
Yikes.
And long story short, he did a bucket experiment comparing water with a lot of chlorine and water with a lot of chlorine and a little bit of pee. And wouldn't you know, the one that smells like a pool is the one that's got some urine in it.
Large yikes.
Yeah, big yikes. Ugh. But it's still cleaner than lake water. Like that should encourage, that smell should make you go, that's the chlorine working. Thanks, chlorine.
Yeah, thanks, chlorine.
This episode is brought to you by chlorine. Thank you, chlorine.
Use the code FRIEND at chlorine.com for up 100% off your purchase.
100%. And your next purchase of granulated chlorine. I used to
liquid chlorine.
It goes down easier. It really cleans the gut. Man, when I was working, so I used to work at a pool. I was a lifeguard for a few years, and then I was a pool manager.
Lifeguard Cole. It's
the best job ever.
Bookkeeping Cole, lifeguard Cole.
I did that. I lifeguarded. I book kept. I made pizzas. I was a personal trainer. Cole. I had a paper route. I was a youth pastor. Now I'm the pastor of CoLab, which is still just a pastor. That doesn't count.
He's had a lot of jobs.
I have had a lot of jobs.
My jobs. Let's go before Cole talks about this thing.
Yep.
I mowed lawns.
Mm-hmm.
I worked at Zales.
Mm-hmm.
I worked at H&M. I worked at Lifegate.
Yeah, dude. Got a lot of retail back. Bed Bath & Beyond. I worked at Bed Bath & Beyond.
Did. That Bed Bath & Beyond is now a wall-to-wall wine.
It is.
It's called in Shadow Lake.
Bro, there were times I was in there where I was like, I wish this place was a wall-to-wall wine.
I wish there was. Because I am wall-to-wall sad.
Do you remember when 2000 and, gosh, what year was this? When there was an earthquake in Nebraska?
I don't remember the year, but I remember that.
If you're not from Nebraska, there are no earthquakes here, except for one fateful day. There was an earthquake, actually.
One fateful day.
There was an earthquake, and I'm at Bed Bath & Beyond because we're setting things up early in the morning, and we're in the second level office, and all of a sudden it just starts kind of shaking real lightly, light enough that I'm looking around like, what is happening? And I look at my manager, and my manager looks back at me, and she goes, "Is that you?" I was like, yeah, it's me. I'm shaking a building. We go downstairs and all the gadgets on the gadget wall. If you've been at Bed Bath & Beyond, there's a gadget wall. It's got all the utensils all over the wall. And all of them are just like shake, 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 shake. It was crazy. My brain said that it must be an earthquake, but there's no way it's an earthquake because we're in Nebraska. And turns out we were wrong.
How did that happen? Was it a tectonic plate situation?
That's all earthquakes, isn't it?
Well, yeah, but like, how did it happen here? Since
I don't know.
Was there just one plate that's under Nebraska dormant, and then like one in LA
Nebraska plate,
and then it just like and flew over, and the one in Nebraska was like,
ooh. There was one my very educated response. There was one somewhere close enough that we felt it.
Nice. Cool.
So I don't know. The McCrackens, I talked to them. They were somewhere. And Corey, Colin, I love you both so much. They're brothers and two separate people. And
Corey, Colin,
not Corey, Colin, not Corey hyphenated Colin, one person. But they, if I remember this correctly, they told me they were out somewhere when some news station was like doing interviews. Like, there was an earthquake. Can you believe it? And one of them was like, yeah, we were. We were both asleep, and I like rolled out of bed and then said whatever he said, and then later walked away and was like, "Oh, they don't know that we're brothers. That might have sounded really gay."
Oh no. Oh no.
And that might be on the news.
That is only a fear for two Midwestern boys.
Only a fear for Midwestern boys.
What were you talking about before the earthquake?
I don't even know, dude.
Hold on, let's backtrack. Wall-to-wall wine. Bed Bath & Beyond retail experience.
Yep.
It's a job that you had. Lifeguard, best job ever.
Lifeguard. Oh yeah, like granulated chlorine.
Yes.
We're back. Our pool was so broken that when you turned on the chlorine pump, it wouldn't make it to the pool, but it would drain the chlorine pump. And by the way, the chlorine like bin, every week you'd get a truck that would bring gallons of chlorine so that you could put chlorine in the pool like while you're open all the time. This thing was like the room that we're in, floor to ceiling, so big around you couldn't get your arms all the way around it. Container of chlorine, liquid chlorine.
Wow.
We would empty that thing in a week and it would not make it into the pool. Something was wrong. Somewhere in between, it just wouldn't fill up. And we kept saying, hey, the chlorine's not getting in the pool. And the supervisors were like, well, I don't know.
Was that pool
turn it up
disgusting?
Higher. We had to put granulated chlorine in. So we had buckets of basically like, it looked like Dippin' Dots, but it's not. It's chlorine. So you walk around the pool with a Solo cup and just like over every little jet.
Those are like the cursed items that like the one I always see that people talk about. They're like, have you ever just wanted to take a bite of the like fish tank gravel? Like it just looks like candy.
It does, dude.
And yeah, stuff. If it looked like Dippin' Dots, I'd like walk past that and just be like, well.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe they messed up. Maybe they sent me the Dippin' Dots.
Maybe I got.
Maybe the Dippin' Dots also own chlorine.
That'd be unfortunate.
Big Dot and Big Chlorine.
Be like, can you tell which one of these is Dippin' Dots and which one of these is granulated chlorine?
Let me pee on it.
What does Dippin' Dots smell like if you... Never mind.
They would be gone.
Would they just melt? That's true.
Pee is so warm.
It is so warm. It's probably 98.6 degrees warm. Did you know they lowered the average... I hope
me the temperature of Omaha. How hot is
Well, how hot is it? It's got to be 98.6.
It's literally, I just said how hot is pee, and it's like, you want the temperature in Omaha, right? No, I don't, Siri.
What are you saying about
Omaha? You heard what
Siri?
I asked. Temperature of urine.
Man, unfortunately...
Whoa. Urine within 4 minutes of voiding should range from 90 to 100 degrees Fahrenheit in a healthy individual.
Yeah, that checks out.
Dang, that's...
You and I are almost 100 degrees inside.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
I feel like I'm 100 degrees outside all the time, too. Did you know that your blood can actually, like, boil? I forget when that happens.
Space.
No, it's somewhere else, too.
Oh, is it?
I don't remember.
Is it on political forums? When does your blood boil?
Yes, it's on Facebook right around every 4 years in the United States.
Yeah.
You go on Facebook and your blood will boil.
It's blood boiling season.
It's very close. We're 2 months out. No, we're less than 2 months.
We're close
from election day.
Do you think this episode will come out before or after the election? What do you think?
I hope before.
We should put it... Listen, this is my final thought, and then we should give some probably quick recommendations because you have a meeting. We have stuff to do.
Yeah, I got to pick up my chillin'.
This isn't our only job, guys. We have important things to do.
Yeah, we're parents.
I saw, and maybe I mentioned this last time, but I saw a clip of Joe Rogan on his podcast saying, you know what the world needs? More people just doing podcasts where they have fun and they say what they think and feel, and it's just a good time because people need that right now. And that's why we're here. We are answering the call of the Rogan.
Not only are Cole and Noah friends, but Cole and Noah are your friends.
Yeah, that's right.
If you see us in public, tell us that we're friends.
Yeah.
That would be crazy, though, if somebody approached us who we didn't know and they're like, I found your podcast.
That would be so fun. I hope we get there someday.
That'd be very cool.
I
That'd
hope
be
we
very
get there
cool.
someday.
Oh, I was going to say one hot take I have that I think I've mentioned on this podcast before, probably. I don't think Christian Bale's a good Batman.
Yeah.
And I think he was the product of a very good movie in The Dark Knight. Batman Begins was also great. And I like that story, obviously. But I don't think Christian Bale's a good Batman.
Yeah. We should dive into that one more next time.
Oh, yeah. We'll dive into more hot takes. Cole, Star Wars hot take? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, gosh. Send us some hot takes. We have stuff we want to talk about, but also if you have some things you'd like us to discuss, hot takes you'd like us to throw our worthless opinion on, we'd love to. Hot Pockets.
Hot take segment sponsored by Hot Pockets.
I feel like we both recommended a brand new sound for ears.
Whole new sound.
Whole new sound.
Whole new sound.
Are you sure? It is a whole new sound.
Well, by the time this comes out, maybe. I don't know. I've been really into... There's a guy who's releasing... On my anniversary, he's releasing an album. It's his debut country album. But he has a song in there that's like a pop punk country song. And it's so sick. And so I can't wait for that. So I'm going to say... I don't even know the name of it. But Dylan Marlowe, his debut album comes out on September 27th. Maybe this will come out before then. Maybe it probably won't. But listen to that.
Yeah.
Because there's a song on there. I think it's probably going to be called Heaven's Sake. Because the tag of the song is, won't you stop putting this boy through hell for heaven's sake. So it's kind of cool.
That's pretty good.
But it's pretty,
that's a good one.
Pretty catchy. So I'm going to say that as well as a whole new sound.
Great.
Movie recommendations. I don't know that I have a movie recommendation. Hold on. Let me see if I've got anything. That's GarageBand. That won't work.
While Noah is searching, I will also add, if you haven't heard Ben Rector's Color Up My World.
You color up my world.
It makes me want more Ben Rector country music.
Yeah, honestly,
it's fun.
Anytime Ben Rector releases things, I just want more Ben Rector, though. That's the thing, is he is...
Ben.
That boy
amazing.
Good.
That boy's so good. I got a high five from Ben at a concert one time.
Did you?
Yeah.
Wow.
All thanks to Charity Long. She put us in the right spot.
Wow. Thank you, Charity.
Thank you, Charity.
Great
this
job,
episode
Charity.
is brought to you by
Charity Long. Go to Lifegate Pavilion and use Cole Denny with Charity for her to look at you very crossly and go, huh?
Huh? What are you talking about?
I don't watch movies. I think I've said this before. I mostly just watch YouTube.
Sure.
Go watch, nope, I've said that so many times. I was going to say Hot Rod.
Anything else that your eyes...
Go watch Batman the Cape Crusader on Amazon Prime.
Oh, there you go.
Great. Go watch that on Amazon Prime. I think
there
I may
you
have
go.
said that last time, but
that's fine.
It's fine. Go watch that. Batman the Cape Crusader. It's very similar. Nobody can replace Kevin Conroy as the voice of Batman, but the guy who they have, his name is Hamish Linklater.
Interesting.
Cool name. He's got a great Batman voice, though. It's great. And it's not trying to be anything. It takes place in like the 30s, 40s. Batman. Yeah. It's pretty cool. So watch that.
Dope.
And then food you should go to if you live in Omaha. There's a place called the Mercado over in between 168th and Maple and 156th and Maple, right next to Oscar's. And it's this little meat market, and you can go in there and get really good steak. And then go to Lowe's or Home Depot. I think both of them have it. They have a type of seasoning by a brand called Meat Church. Meat Church, and they have a seasoning called the Gospel.
You've told me about this. Maybe this was last time, actually.
Oh, dang! I really hope not.
That's okay. Well, I mean, if you recommended it twice, it must be good.
Yeah, it's good, and I just have been on a real big steak kick.
Yeah.
If not that, as I've said before, actually, you know what? No, go make yourself a nice peanut butter toast sandwich.
Yeah,
just peanut butter toast is tasty.
It's good.
Get some chips. Just a classic callback to when you were younger.
Yeah. That's a move.
Maybe get a Capri Sun.
Or Sunny D. I know Becca and Cammie love Sunny D. You should ask them about it.
We had those today. All right, cool. So you had Whole New Sound.
Whole New Sound, Ben Rector's Color Up My World. Yes. For your eyes, something to watch, good movie. If you haven't seen Oppenheimer, warning, it's R-rated. There's some nudity in it, but it's a good movie. Good Christopher Nolan movie. And food, I'll say, when's the last time you had a Kool-Aid? Just taking it back to childhood.
I had a Kool-Aid jammer.
Have a Kool-Aid.
It's the Halloween flavor, so it's called Ghoul-Aid.
Do it. It's almost Halloween. Be a kid again.
Yeah. Oh, also, I saw Cole, just to think, if you don't think we take our own recommendations, Cole this week, I saw him come into the building and he was eating pineapple curry. He means it.
I mean it. That stuff is so good.
He means it. Cole, give us your last thing. Give us one hot take you have on anything. Just think of something that you maybe it'll be a lukewarm take, but.
Oh, I don't know. It's like when people ask you what you want for Christmas and you forget all of a sudden all the things you want for Christmas.
I don't have any problem telling you what I want.
Okay, here's my hot take. I don't think Jesus is coming back for a while, guys. When people are like, hey, it's getting worse, darker than it's ever been. I'm like, yeah, but we're not being like murdered in the street and put on stakes and lit on fire. And that's happened before in places. Dang. So believe it or not, I don't think Jesus is coming back for a while. That's a hot take opinion.
My hot take seems so much less now. So
that's my hot take. I'll leave you with that.
All right. Well, everybody, Cole and I would say almost beyond a shadow of a doubt are still friends. Now the question is, are we still your friend? Let us know.
Please.
And we'll catch you next time. We're back in full force.
Yep. Love you.
After Cole gets his procedure.